Heather Thompson, and I'm the financial director for the chapter. And as part of our executive series that we have been continuing, I have joining with me today Ron Harris, the Vice President of Diversity Inclusion at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee. Thanks so much for joining me, Ron.
Thank you for the invitation.
Well, I appreciate you just taking some time out of your day. I'm just excited to learn a little bit more about you and your role and how that fits into the organization, fits into your organization.
Yes, well, I've been with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee now for just a little over 30 years, and I have the privilege of serving as the Vice President Corporate Workforce Diversity. And it's a pretty interesting role because it reports directly to our CEO, which is a little bit different, I think, in some organizations. This gives me a direct access to the key leadership executives in our organization. And it makes you a part of the strategic plan at a very at an executive level. And I think that's important in this work because it's at Blue Cross, we believe in all top down leadership. We walk around saying leaders have to lead. And so this gives me the opportunity from the C suite, if you will, to do the things that are necessary to secure our role, to secure my role rather, as a leader in the company.
Mhm. I think you're absolutely right. That's so important to have that relationship there and I guess value that role, your role and position. So appreciate you sharing that for sure. I'm curious about how your department kind of acts as that strategic partner and kind of is demonstrates return on investment within the organization.
Well, once again, the role that I have in the organization, my division is equal to every other role in the company, whether that's the finance, the marketing, the IS division. We're at the table, and when decisions are made enterprise wide, we have a voice. And so we try to make sure that we develop the same type of strategic plan that's in keeping with our mission of bringing peace of mind. And so we think it's very important. It's not a sub role, and so when we develop our strategies 3 to 5 years out, we do it very inclusively. And so we understand the value of diversity and inclusion, but more importantly, we understand the value of a voice around cultural competency. We look at this role in terms of its leadership to make us think constantly: are we as inclusive as we could be? It's our belief that inclusion is intentional, but cultural competency is imperative, and so that's the process that we use. And certainly, I have to develop strategic plans and show an ROI, if you will, to the company, and that ROI is shown by way of retention, engagement, morale, and so yeah, we're a voice.
So you mentioned a little bit about corporate citizenry and corporate competency. Tell me a little bit more about that, or tell me like your goals for the organization.
It's interesting because I try not to get caught up in some of this D&I language that's floating around, and that probably makes me some type of dinosaur. But the role has to speak to the populations that we serve in Tennessee, and it has to be more than cliche. So, in order to be a good corporate citizen, we have to look at our organization's responsibilities internally as well as externally. What are we bringing to our stakeholders across this great state that we live in? And so, if we get caught up in what I call the cliches of this work, I think we do an injustice to our customers and even our employees. We have to show an interest in the things they show an interest in. We have to reflect the constituency that we serve. Demographics are changing. not only worldwide, but certainly in the state of Tennessee. And they're changing at a very rapid pace. And so we have to stay abreast of all of those changes in order to be effective as an organization, and certainly as a corporate partner as it relates to the various demographics in our state.
I really appreciate you saying that. I think it definitely paints this picture that it does have to be kind of like organic and kind of ever moving. And I think categorizing it the way that you do definitely allows you to, like you said, meet those internal and external constituents. If it's
I'm glad you said organic, Heather, simply because that's actually how I look at it. Diversity is organic, inclusion is intentional, but cultural competency is imperative. I think every company should be moving toward cultural competency. I don't think you have much of a choice. And so we get caught up on the D&I piece and we get caught up on it. And to me, that's like a rat on a cylinder. You're running, but you're not going anywhere, but you have to keep running in order to stand still. And so we have to move. Uh, we have to move to cultural competency, no
Mhm.
question.
Absolutely. Well, Ron, am loving hearing you kind of expand on this. So, do you have any final thoughts that you want to share with us today?
I think so. This role is incredibly important, not only in our organization, but I think it's important even more so now to the well being of our fellow Tennesseans. And I would encourage all those who do this work to do it with passion, understanding that you aren't going to get a whole lot of pats on the back, but that the role you play is vital to the health of our state and is certainly vital to the health of your organization. And so that's my words of wisdom for today.
Well, Ron, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking some time out of your day today to chat with me. I've loved getting to know about more about you and more about your organization.
Thank you so much, Heather.